Once upon a time in sunny Spain, there was a little bull named Ferdinand. Unlike other bulls who loved to run and play rough, Ferdinand preferred to sit quietly under his favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers. His mother worried about him being so different, but Ferdinand was content. As Ferdinand grew bigger, the other bulls would fight and butt their heads. But Ferdinand still liked to sit under his tree. One day, men came to choose the biggest, strongest bull for the bullfights. Ferdinand didn't care about being chosen, he just wanted to sit and smell the flowers. But as Ferdinand sat down, he accidentally sat on a bumblebee. The bee stung Ferdinand, and he jumped, snorting and pawing. The men saw Ferdinand's reaction, and thought he was the fiercest bull. They decided to take him to Madrid for the bullfights. Ferdinand was put into a cart and taken to Madrid. Everyone was excited to see the fierce bull. The day of the bullfight arrived, and Ferdinand was led into the arena. The crowd cheered, expecting a great show. But Ferdinand just sat down in the middle of the ring. The banderilleros came out with their banderillas, but Ferdinand wouldn't budge. The picadores rode in on their horses, but Ferdinand just sat and smelled the flowers in the lady's hair. The matador was furious. He had been expecting to show off his cape. But no matter what anyone did, Ferdinand wouldn't fight. He just sat there, enjoying the sunshine and the smell of flowers. The crowd began to get angry. They had come to see a fierce bull fight, not a gentle bull sitting in the arena. They shouted, but Ferdinand remained calm. Finally, they had to take Ferdinand home. He was too gentle to be a fighting bull. Back at his farm, Ferdinand was happy to see his cork tree again. He sat down under it, feeling the warm sun on his back and smelling the flowers. He was content. From that day on, Ferdinand sat under his tree. He watched the seasons change, the flowers bloom, and the other bulls play. He knew he was different, but he was happy. Ferdinand learned that it's okay to be yourself, even if others don't understand you. The other bulls came to accept Ferdinand's nature. Some joined him under the cork tree, discovering the peace of sitting and smelling flowers. Ferdinand's mother no longer worried. She was proud of her son for staying true to himself and being different. As the years passed, Ferdinand grew old and wise. Young bulls came to him for advice. He taught them about being true to oneself. He showed them how to appreciate the simple things, like the beauty of a flower or the warmth of the sun. Ferdinand's story spread beyond the farm. People came to see the gentle bull. They learned from him that strength doesn't always mean fighting, and that there's beauty in gentleness. Ferdinand became a symbol of peace and individuality. One day, a children's book author visited the farm and heard Ferdinand's story. Inspired, she wrote a book about the bull who loved flowers. The book became famous, and children everywhere learned about Ferdinand's gentle ways. As Ferdinand grew older, he spent more time under his tree. He watched new generations grow up, some fierce and some gentle. He was happy to see that the farm had become a place where all kinds of bulls were accepted and welcomed. In his final days, Ferdinand reflected on his life. He had never become a fighting bull, but he had touched many lives with his gentleness. He had stayed true to himself and found happiness in the simple pleasures of life, like family. And so, Ferdinand lived out his days peacefully under his cork tree, surrounded by flowers. His legacy lived on, reminding everyone that it's okay to be different, and that true strength comes from being true to yourself. Stay true. Ferdinand's tale inspired generations, teaching the value of gentleness. His spirit lived forever in the tree, the flowers, and the hearts of all who heard his story. And his story has always been an inspiration.